In this video, we will discuss on Indus Waters Treaty an overview of the water sharing agreement between India and Pakistan. Indus Waters Treaty. What is the Indus Waters Treaty, IWT? Nehru's sixth blunder. The Indus Waters Treaty is a water sharing agreement signed between India and Pakistan in 1960. Under the supervision of the World Bank, the treaty has a preamble, 12 articles, and 8 annexures that provide India with absolute control over the waters of the eastern rivers, the Ravi, Sutlej, and Beas, while Pakistan receives unrestricted use of the western rivers, the Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. The treaty aims to allocate the use of and resolve disputes over the Indus River and its tributaries, which flow through China, India, and Pakistan during the first years of partition. The waters of the Indus were apportioned by the Inter-Dominion Accord of May 4, 1948. This accord required India to release sufficient water through existing canals to the Pakistani regions of the basin in return for annual payments from the government of Pakistan. At the time of independence, the boundary line between the two newly created countries, Pakistan and India, was drawn right across the Indus basin, leaving Pakistan as the lower riparian and India as the upper riparian. Two important irrigation works, one at Madhapur on the Ravi River and the other at Firozapur on the Sutlej River, on which the irrigation canal supplies in Punjab, Pakistan, had been completely dependent, fell in the Indian territory. A dispute thus arose between the two countries regarding the utilization of irrigation water from existing facilities. Negotiations held under the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, World Bank, culminated in the signing of the Indus Waters Treaty in 1960. Field Marshal Muhammad Ayub Khan, the then President of Pakistan, Jawaharlal Nehru, the then Indian Prime Minister, and W.A.B. Alif of the World Bank on September 19, 1960 signed the treaty in Karachi, with its effective date being April 1. It has a preamble, 12 articles and 8 detailed annexures. Over the utilization of water of 6 rivers, Indus system, that originates in India and flow across Pakistan. Under the treaty, India has been given control of 3 eastern rivers of the Indus basin, Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej, while Pakistan has been given control of 3 western rivers, Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. India is allowed to use a limited amount of water from the western rivers for non-consumptive uses, such as hydropower generation. The treaty also established a permanent Indus Commission, which is responsible for maintaining and monitoring the implementation of the treaty. The commission consists of 2 commissioners, one from each country, and meets regularly to discuss any issues related to the treaty. Despite occasional disputes and tensions between the 2 countries, the Indus Waters Treaty has largely held up and is considered a successful example of water diplomacy. According to IWT, 3 eastern rivers, namely Ravi, Beas and Sutlej, are under control of India. 3 western rivers, namely Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab, are controlled by Pakistan. India can utilize 20% of these western rivers without disturbing directions of flow of water by constructing canals, and without storing water in reservoir or dams, but allowed to implement hydroelectric projects along banks of these rivers. Recent developments: in September 2016, the Indian Army was attacked by Pakistani terrorists in URI, killing 19 soldiers. In response to the URI attack, India has taken the following steps against Pakistan. Indian government announced surgical strike on Pakistani territory camp in Pak, crossing line of control lock and successfully in destroying all terrorist camps in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Pak. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a meeting to review Indus Water Treaty, where he said, "Blood and water never go together." Did he mean not to allow single drop of water into Pakistan, or to utilize entire 20% of western river water as India is utilizing only 4%? Still, we haven't got an answer for this. Mostly, we will get to know about his bold statement and recent meeting at Lahore. Why not break Indus Water Treaty? After the terrorist attack on an Indian Army base in Uri in 2016, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi reportedly held a meeting with his top officials to review the treaty and explore options for leveraging it as a tool of pressure against Pakistan. 43% of the Pakistani depend on these rivers for irrigation. India can teach a lesson by breaking Indus Water Treaty, not allowing water into Pakistan. India seems not to break the Indus Water Treaty because of following reasons. World Bank is signatory under Indus Water Treaty IWT. Breaking this treaty will create very bad impression on India. Many such water treaties are signed with our neighboring countries like Bangladesh and Nepal. Breaking this treaty will create bad reputation about India internationally. A treaty is signed between India and China over utilization of Brahmaputra River, which originates in China and flow across India. Breaking Indus Water Treaty IWT treaty may inspire China to do same with India. As you sow, so you reap. Indian government hasn't constructed any canals and dams across these rivers to stop flowing of water into Pakistan, as it was not allowed in IWT. If we start constructing canals and dams from now onwards, it takes 5 to 10 years more. But it's impossible to store entire water in these dams. It's like defeating Arnab in his own television show, finally resulting in overflow. Soon later, Punjab will no more be Uttar Punjab, it becomes Beta Punjab. Constructed dams and canals may become target for Pakistani terrorists. Destroying these dams and canals causes floods in our territory. Also, cost of security is more. India is utilizing only 4% of Western River water, but Indus Water Treaty says India can utilize up to 20%. Now, question arising in everyone's mind, why not India utilizing entire 20% of water? It's because India wished to utilize, to help our farmers by supplying water for irrigation and also for development of hydroelectric power. But many hydroelectric power and other water-related projects are still under construction, as Pakistan government is continuously opposing and bringing issue under the notice of International Court of Justice. So, recently we get to watch many friendly movements. Indian officials agreed to attend meeting conducting by Permanent Indus Commission PIC in Lahore to discuss about Indus Water Treaty and revise it. 2. Release of prisoners by both countries. 3. Reduction in firing along Lok. Why has India issued notice to Pakistan on Indus Waters Treaty? India has served notice to Pakistan on the Indus Waters Treaty on several occasions, primarily when it has accused Pakistan of not abiding by the terms of the treaty. In 2016, India served notice to Pakistan following the terrorist attack on an Indian army base in Uri, which it claimed was carried out by militants based in Pakistan. India claimed that these projects would reduce the flow of water downstream, affecting its own water supply. The notice was sent on January 25 through respective commissioners for Indus Waters, stressing that the neighboring countries' actions have adversely impinged on the provisions of the pact. The objective of the notice for modification is to provide Pakistan with an opportunity to enter into intergovernmental negotiations within 90 days to rectify the material breach of the IWT, according to news agency. Can India scrap the Indus Water Treaty? India has the right to withdraw from the Indus Waters Treaty if Pakistan does not respond to the notice within 90 days from the date of its issuance, but it would have serious consequences for both India and Pakistan. The treaty is an international agreement that has been recognized by the international community and the World Bank, which played a significant role in the treaty's negotiation and implementation. Withdrawing from the treaty could lead to renewed tensions and conflicts over water, which could have serious implications for the stability and security of the region. That being said, there have been instances in the past where India has expressed its dissatisfaction with the treaty and threatened to withdraw. However, India did not take any concrete steps to withdraw from the treaty at that time. The treaty gives control over the waters of the three eastern rivers, the Beas, Ravi and Sutlej, with a mean annual flow of 41 billion cubic meter, 33 million acre foot, to India, while control over the waters of the three western rivers, the Indus, Chenab and Jhelum, with a mean annual flow of 99 billion cubic meter, to Pakistan. India has absolute control of all the waters of eastern rivers of the Indus, Ravi, Sutlej and Beas. Pakistan shall receive for unrestricted use all those waters of the western rivers, the Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, which India is under obligation to let flow beyond the permitted uses. All the waters of the eastern rivers with an average annual flow of around 33 million acre feet, MAF, are allocated to India for unrestricted use, while the waters of the western rivers with an average annual flow of around 135 MAF are allocated largely to Pakistan. India is permitted to use the waters of the western rivers for domestic use, non-consumptive use, agricultural purposes, and the generation of hydroelectric power. The right to generate hydroelectricity from the western rivers is unrestricted, subject to the conditions for the design and operation of the treaty. India can also create storages up to 3.6 MAF on the western rivers. Enables India and Pakistan to establish a permanent post of commissioner for Indus waters. The two commissioners constitute the Permanent Indus Commission, PIC. Unless either government should decide to take up any particular issue directly with other, each commissioner will be the representative of his government for all matters arising out of this treaty. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I hope you found this video informative, helpful. If you did, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon.